Imagine doing everything about buying a house online. That's real DeFi.
I'm not a financial advisor.
The collateralization of RWAs in DeFi. So how are we seeing these things applied? Well, we have the tokenization, which is what I talked about, taking something off chain and putting it on chain through a digital process. Then we have to have the valuation and the certification. And then we have the collateral deposit, and we have loan issuance as well as parts of this. The thing is what we're wanting to move towards as we are integrating DeFi with things like real estate or issuance and things like that. The issue is, how can we get to a place, and man, is everybody like me? I think that we would love to do everything online. Like, I don't want to. I do too many things. It allows me to be more productive, to be at home and be here at the office only. Like, why would I ever go out of my way to go stop somewhere and get something that I don't need an urgency, right? I just order from Amazon. Why? Why would I not? I would love to move to a place where I can buy a house online and do the whole thing online. I don't ever have to actually talk to a person or verify documents with somebody or, hey, is it a loan broker? Like, no, I hate it so much. Imagine doing everything about buying a house online. That's real DeFi. Like, that's where we're going, because remember this, right now we are at this place of, TradeFi. I mean, but really in its full form, finance is decentralized finance. There's not anything centralized. That's where we're going to go eventually. But we're moving to a place where anybody is going to be able to do anything in finance. And that is truly decentralized finance. And so we're going to call it TradeFi, and it is DeFi. And I think this will be the name that sticks. So we'll call it probably forever, because for those of us who were here before it existed and helped walk and educate people through its transition. And I think it's really important to understand this is where we're going, and it's its fullest form. And you see it here now. Now we're seeing it. Like, imagine this real estate transaction. You're able to perform the entire thing on Aave. The entire thing you do on Aave, and it's all automated. It happens instantly. Boom, 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 boom. You don't need 75 days of verifying this and that and that. No, you boom, boom, boom. You're done. How beautiful. Okay, how RWAs work in lending and borrowing protocols. You've got tokenized RWAs that can be deposited into DeFi platforms using collateral. Borrowers can take loans against these assets in stablecoins or cryptocurrencies. So these are ways that basically it operates with lending. Then we have what platforms are leading the way. We've already talked about all three of these projects. So this is an example of what you're going to get by the time you get to the end of your Bitboy bootcamp. Is you're not going to know what these things are before you come in. But by the end, I'm going to be able to show you a graphic, and you're going to be able to understand the whole thing and what it means, because we've walked you through every process and every project related. Centrifuge, we know what they do. They tokenize things, even like invoices and obviously assets and funds. We know MakerDAO, their DAI token is how some people are collateralizing it, and it integrates RWAs directly into their collateral pool. And then Goldfinch, they focus on tokenized debt and credit markets, but GFI is tokenizing those debts and allowing people to get loans. You do both sides of it here. You get loans through reputation scores on a lot of different instances. So then we have, obviously, collateralization. We've already kind of walked through the tokenization process and the valuation verification process. Advantages of collateralizing RWAs, it's the same stuff we talk about all day with RWAs. You should know it by now. Liquidity, global accessibility, transparency, automation. It's all stuff that makes things easier. We've already talked about the benefits. See, what the cool thing is as we go through these themes, as we get towards the end of the theme, we've already seen this stuff so many times, parts of it, they're just like, they know that. They know that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now, people that didn't watch every one of these episodes, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go to the Bitboy Bootcamp. Recruits. Okay.